for joining for this WellHP session. In previously we have two sessions regarding this WellHP and all. One is done by Mr. Tale Selvam and another one is done by Mr. Kasi Vishwanathan. So both WellHP sessions are covered in a LinkedIn page. So if you guys want to try it, if you want guys want to go through it, you can go through in our LinkedIn page as well as in our YouTube channel. And now, like in the previous part, we only covered what is WellAP and how you attend the exams like that. But this session will be a short session, but full and full of tips and tricks session that we can offer as a WellAPs. So in WellAPs, we have like short duration, like last 2 years, last 1.5 years, our Innovel have 5 set of LAPs. So based on their in-hand experience, we are giving the tips and tricks. Okay, so many of you guys already aware about this lead GA and lead AP sessions and all. So this WellAP session is actually very similar to lead AP and lead GA questions, like the test format. Why? Because it consists of 100 questions and also the pass percentage is 175 and all. So if you are already a green associate or already a lead AP, it will be an added advantage while you are because you are working on during the test time. And this exam can also be done in Prometric Test Center and also can be done in the online. So for example, in Prometric Test Center, if you prefer Prometric Test Center, you can go there and you can just try it out. But if you want to take in online, just you need to have some like room, like independent room with no wall coverings and all. So there will be some kind of uncomfortableness you can feel during this online. There will be some network issues and all. So if you wish to go to Prometric, it will be a good one. So this is what this WellAP exams look like, and also this is what when you attend. Next one is, many of you asked that if we are all know, like Well is actually very different from the lead and Griha and IGBC rating systems. Why? Because in lead and like IGBC and Griha, that words and all is very simple, but in lead it will be a depth one. But compared with lead, this Well is a vast thing that it consists of 200 parts, and there are many things going on in the Well. Like for example, if you take how much parts we have is 200 parts, but what we are going to attend in your test is only 100 questions. So the amount of thing you are going to study is very big. So everyone actually the first thought when it comes to mind is I really need to memorize all the things. This is what the first questions when comes in our mind. So yes, it needs little bit of memorization, but not memorization alone. For example, if I say like environmental is the best thing and sustainability is the key of our nature and all, if I say that, no one actually listens, right? As an environmental or sustainability field members, we can actually interact and learn, but not others didn't actually interact. So that's why there will be some infographic images or that whatever we talk or whatever we learn, actually it needs to be make sense. So that is what you need to do while you are studying this WellAP thing. And also you need to understand what you are trying to learn and relate it to the things you already know from the guide on your current knowledge. For example, if you are working in an office, you take the office as a Well project and apply all the things what you are studying in your project, in your Well guide, and apply it to your own office. So like that, you can actually memorize it so quickly, and also once it makes sense to you, it remembers in your mind. It remains in your mind. So that is what the main thing we need to do. So the next one is the roadmap, like how you can actually focus and how you can plan your studies and all. For example, Well questions actually considerations of all the 10 concepts as well as the well process certification process and synergies process and all it actually takes. So that is why this roadmap we actually plan. This is for week 1. You can just know about the understanding of well and the well synergies, like how the certification works, in which part as the well consultant you guys came into the picture. So this and all you need to know in the first week itself. So after that, you need to know, you can study this air and the water concept. So while you are starting with air, you already know this concept from the lead and IGBC itself. But there are something called a very keen thing that you need to do is there will be some numbers, like for example 15 15 20, like you need to like 30 60, like there will be a numbers for every threshold. So for the threshold you need to apply it in something, or you need to remember that thing. So then only you can easily finish this air and water concept. And also for the third week, which comes nourishment and light. In light, actually, it is light is a technical part, and nourishment is a non-technical part. For example, if it is a course, right? If we take our colleges, the problematic paper and the theory paper. So like that, this nourishment and light works, and air and water works. So that's how we actually plan this roadmap: movement and thermal comfort, sound and materials, mind and community, and mock exams. So taking mock exams is very important. Why? Because uh, other than these exams, this well AP actually costs high. So you, and also it has some certain the terminologies and all, it will be new while comparing with other certifications. So this mark exams is definitely you guys need to take. Like for example, you guys can purchase this Udemy account and all, and you can do this mock test every time. So this is what we are suggesting this roadmap, like from week 1 to week 7. If you guys it is for a working professionals actually, because it is not up to the mark, right? Because only 200 parts, this 200 parts takes 7 week is not a realistic one, but it is for a working professionals. If even if you cheat for one day, you can actually adjust it. So that is for this roadmap. And next one is the what is the best way to revise? The best way to revise the whole thing is the Excel sheet which was given by IWBI itself. This well matrix Excel sheet. The name is called well matrix. So in that Excel sheet, what you can see is it is a feasibility kind of. It is for the purpose of the feasibility. Like in lead, we have a score from where like lead online, right? So that's the same way we can also download it from IWBI. So in that IWBI, in that well matrix, you can see like parts like yes, no, doubtful things also there. And also in the third stage, you can like third sheet, you can see, like for example, if I take MEF 13 like part 1, you can actually they are explain it like a short note, like a short note they will explain, like before going to the exam, or if you want to revise what you are what you studied and all, you can actually use this Excel sheet as a revised material. Only for the revising it will be very useful. And the next one is the well process. This well process actually, lead and well process, it is actually same, but in well process there is something that you need to concentrate. Why? Because the synergies and all actually have like 10 to 5 questions like that we actually have. So for that you need to understand this well process. For example, you are going to register a project in your well online, and after that you need to prepare the documentations and submit for review. And after that the performance testing is also be there in the well process. For example, even if you are not attend for this well PTA exams and all, they'll ask questions like what would be the PTA do when when they come to visit our office, like that they will ask some questions. So for that you need to know what is the performance verifications and also. So it is like, so this top one is the well process, and second one is the well AP thing. For example, if a question asks, so what is the well-AP role in the early stage of the project registering in well online. So like that, if they ask, so this is what are roles as a well-AP. Like well assessor is assigned to the project, so we need to do, they'll give like a well assessor and all. They give provide technical and operational support. So after that, we'll give complete documentation review. So after that, we'll done performance on-site verification. So this is what the well process. So for example, if you take the synergies part, from this well part itself, you can expect up to four or five questions, because it is all interlinked. We all know that this well and all, it is all interlinked. So by likewise, this well PTA, well AP, and the well process. So it is all interlinked. So this is for the well process thing. So next one is the expectations questions in the each part. So as we know, we have 10 parts, and also the well synergies. In the well synergies, in the sense of what is the we can also include the well process and all. So for example, air and light, air, light and thermal comfort actually have the more weightage for the questions. Why? Because it is the major implementation, and it is this part only contains many credits. For example, in well terminology, if you want to say, it contains many parts. So that's why air and thermal comfort and light actually weighs much questions. And we already know that total 100 questions going to be there. You need to answer for this 100 questions, and your pass percentage is 175. So while you are preparing that, you need to focus on this way, like this water nourishment, movement. So this is and all implementation, as well as the implementation, as well as the design procedure or the policy only. This thing actually has this community, mind, material, sound and all. But this thermal comfort, light and air actually have it is included in the design itself. So you guys, you need to uh, you need to be capable to recommend something to these guys, like yeah, of course, HVAC engineer, movement, thermal comfort. So this is what actually well AP, well in the well guidance, they are actually testing it. So for that, you need to get prepared for this 100 questions. So this is what will be the expected weightage of the questions that can actually ask. And next one is, for example, if you are going to study in air, like for example, I'll take an example of nourishment. So in nourishment, they'll set a set of credits, like parts, and 10 parts if they have, they'll say something. But you need to segregate it wise. To remember the thing, you need to segregate the things. Like for example, in every section, we already know that well is a people oriented thing, right? So for that, you always comes with first human health. After that, what is the strategies actually well IWBA telling us in the guide, and after that the operations. So this is how you need to actually split the every part, and you need to getting notes. You may take notes, or you can just uh, read the things through this way. For example, in nourishment, the human health, what actually majorly affecting in human health, what IWBI is saying is like the global burden disease related to nourishment, and also in human related human health things. In nourishment, we are talking about this BMI, nutritional information, serving dishes. So these are all the key words they related to human health we are talking about in well. So if I tell BMI, you need to know what is the obesity factor. So like that, you need to know. So it will be actually shrink your whole book. So like that way, you can actually categorize the every concept. And also in strategies, for example, the strategies for food protection and strategies for promoting healthy foods. If I say healthy foods, it also comes like I don't know guys if you're already are aware of that, but there is some strategy that we need to promote. We need to give vegetables like that, and we need to limit our sugar level. So like that, there will be some strategies they are recommending from the IWBA. So for that, you guys can actually came to know. okay, if I say here is the applying futures based on the project situation, so you need to know like what is the vendor capability. So like that we can segregate the things. And also in the operations, like food safety basics and managing alternate paths, so implementation and operation requirements. So to apply all these things, like for example in the nourishment, if they want to provide the serving dishes, so we need to say this is the this is the thing you need to implement in the thing. So like that also you need to uh, study. So this is how you this is how actually we try to minimize and shrink the whole LAP session. It will be a useful one. And next one is next one is the documentation part. For example, any questions that LAP questions actually have is like you need to think from a owner point of view, and next one you need to think from a LAP point of view. So that LAP point of view, if you are going to think, so these things are the major things. For example, if you are documenting certain things, you are documenting LAP well project in well online. So these are the three documents you need to submit. For example, letter of assurance of any design or from a vendor, so or from a HVAC engineer and all. So this is what for the letters of assurance. And next one is the annotated documents, which is the floor plan drawings and any highlighted things we wish to want to submit in well online. And next one is the on-site checks. On-site checks is done by PTA. So these are the three documentations that can be carried in well. So you guys need to know what is this. Like for example, if like let's take an example of part one. So in the part one, we need to give the MEF 13 filter specification sheet, and we also need to give the letter of assurance from HVAC engineer and also the HVAC drawing. We need to submit these three, and also we need to monitor the indoor air quality, right? So we need to submit this four documents in this for the part one. So the letter of assurance and annotated documents are done, and also the on-site checks can be done by the PTA. So this is how you need to know, like for a certain credit, what are the documents we are going to submit for this well online. So this is one way that you can actually memorize what the documents are needed. Next one is, for example, every certifications or every ratings have a prerequisite and optimization. So the easiest way is while you are studying for the prerequisite itself, you can compare the prerequisite with the optimization. For example, if 30% is the for fresher is the prerequisite. If you are giving 30%, it will be 1 point, and if you give 60%, it will be 2 points. So like that, you need to compare the things, and you need to compare the things, and also you need to applicate in your mind. So that's why that's where the all if you have 10 concepts, 10 things you need to study, 5 will be a prerequisite and 5 will be optimization. I'm damn sure that three optimization and three prerequisite will be a interlinked one. So that's all. If you study 3, the 6 will cover, remaining 4 only there. So this is how you need to minimize your study material, studying things. So that's why well also you can feel that it is a easy one and all. So next one is so these are the tips and tricks that we want to highlight in this presentation. And next one is we'll go for question wise. Like for example, there will be it is not like a question and answer session. It is like I choose set of questions. So by that I'll just tell you like how you guys can answer the things, and what is the answer behind so what's the explanation behind that answer. So like that I'll take to this presentation. So for example, this question is how often must the dissolved metals be tested? So the options are semi-annually, quarterly, and weekly. So if you are thoroughly read, you can many of you can take the right answer. But for example, if I don't know much about that, you just need to study this thing. The right answer is quarterly, but the exam tip what we are giving is for in the well guide, in every test that needs to be quarterly. If you take any of the tests, for example, any filter test, any water test, or any other test, it is only mentioned as the quarterly test. And if anything need to be cleaned, for example, the rails of the staircases and the doors and all, and the tables, it is all need to be cleaned daily. And the and the reporting need to be done in the annual basis. So this is the three things that you need to take in care while you are studying, like this kind of the testing questions, like how oftenly these things need to be cleaned. Like for example, how oftenly the stairs of the rail need to be cleaned. So if that is the questions that you need to answer, like it need to be cleaned daily. So whenever the questions comes as a tested, you need to the answer will be only quarterly, and it will whenever the clean comes, it is daily, and we need to report annually. So this is for the whole guidance. If you want to check, guys, you also can check this thing. And the next one is it is the well synergy question, like well process question. So this is the question is, once the well report is issued, the project team is required to either accept the well report via well online or imitate curative actions or appeal within how many days. So for example, if you guys already worked in lead projects, it will be a easy question. But if you guys didn't work on any other lead projects or any other lead process, you don't know. Actually, it will be a tricky question. For example, for example, the answer will be, actually the answer is 180 calendar days. So how you can actually think is, for example, the document you will be submit in well online, so it will be take 45 working days to come as a review. So that is the preliminary review. So after that, you need to work out the review and all, and you need to submit that thing. And also before that, the PT also come into your premises, and they also give some report. So you need to finalize the things and all. So after that, it is also takes 2 months or 3 months solidly. So after that, the final well certification. For example, if you are aiming for a gold, but it only come as a bronze or silver, so you may take 180 calendar days. So after that, it is not, you cannot be done anything on this project. So in this particular thing, you can't there is no tips and tricks in that. You need to understand the things, and you need to mug up the numbers, right? So in this kind of questions also can be asked in this LAP. So for this, we don't have any tips and tricks here, but you need to study on the numbers as well here. So the next one is turbidity is addressed in which well concept. That will be very easy peasy questions like this also, like nourishment, water, and mind. We all know this answer, right? Water. So there will be like very easy questions like this also. And there are many questions like, yes, I know these questions, right? But there will be some doubt I have here. So like that of questions also have, and some questions that you don't have any clue about it. So that is how the questions will be it. So for first, what we see is the testing thing, so that you can use our exam tip. And the second thing is this numbers. That numbers there is no other option that you need to memorize it. And the third one is like the easy questions, like for example, turbidity only happens in the water, right? So we can easily click the water. And the second is the again numbers. What is the maximum reverberation time or 60, like for open workspaces? So while you are going through your well right, there will be a set of there will be a tabular column. They are mentioning what is for open workspaces and what is for closed workspaces, what is for conference room and all. They'll actually mention. So for that, you can actually, okay, the answer is the 0.5. So you can actually memorize it likewise. For example, if the table column looks like closed office room, conference rooms, and open office room, you just memorize the first letter. Like for example, conference room, CO, and 0.6 and 0.5. So you just need to memorize the order of the things. There is no need. You need to memorize conference rooms 0.6 or open workspaces 0.5. So that and all you don't have to memorize, but you need to memorize the order. For example, conference rooms comes, so 0.6 higher, so open workspaces 0.5 lower. So like that you can actually memorize it. Like you can actually see it and like capture in your mind like that. There is no need to memorize the whole thing. Next one is, this is like a it is like for example, this question actually it is like a one word thing that mentioned in the well guide. So it is quite difficult while comparing with other questions. So IPRGC cell demonstrate peak sensitivity to which light? So it is obviously comes in light path, but we need to sorry, we need to find the answer. So the answer is steel blue light, 480 nm. So for this, what you need to do is you first need to know this, what is IPRGC. So you guys need to know the abbreviation of IPRGC, or otherwise you guys also think like, or like for example in light there is something called circadian lighting. For example, if you are working in, like, what's the question? Let us let me read again. Like, the cells demonstrate peak sensitivity to which light? For example, if you're working in teal blue light, what will happen? And white light, what will be happen? And green blue light, what will be happen? So like that, you need to think and you can answer the question. So this is the so this is the tips and tricks we actually prepared for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask us in the comment sections now.